The last media Mohican inside the Netflix versus Paramount Skydance battle for Warner Brothers. Discovery. And why it mattered. In late 2025, one of the most consequential corporate battles in modern media history is unfolding. Warner Brothers, Discovery, WBD, has become the target of competing acquisition paths that pit Netflix against Paramount Skydance, turning WBD into the most contested prize. At stake is not just control of a media company, but the future shape of the entertainment industry at a time when streaming consolidation, political scrutiny, and emerging AI capabilities are converging. Who's bidding? And for how much? Netflix. Netflix has announced an agreement valuing Warner Brothers. Discovery at roughly $72 billion in equity value, or about 82 points. The proposal implies a price of approximately $27.75 per share, structured as a mix of cash and Netflix stock. Strategically, Netflix is seeking to dramatically expand its studio and streaming footprint by absorbing Warner Brothers' film and television operations and strengthening its long-term content pipe. The transaction has been positioned as a scale-driven move, but one that would face close regulatory scrutiny due to Netflix's already dominant position in global streaming. Paramount Skydance. Paramount Skydance has countered with an unsolicited all-cash tender offer of $30 per share, valuing Warner Brothers. Discovery at approximately $108.4 billion on an enterprise value. Unlike Netflix's proposal, this bid is designed to acquire all of WBD, including its television networks and broader media portfolio. The Paramount Skydance bid is backed by a consortium of financial and strategic capital, including affinity partners, Middle Eastern sovereign funding sources, and the Ellison family. Paramount argues that its all-cash structure offers shareholders greater certainty and a potentially clearer regulatory path than a stock-heavy transaction with Netflix. Where things stand. Warner Brothers. Discovery's board is now reviewing its options. While the company has an existing agreement with Netflix, the all-cash tender offer introduces both financial and strategic pressure to reassess the best outcome for shareholders. Political scrutiny has also entered the picture. Lawmakers and the Trump administration's regulatory environment have become part of the broader deal narrative, particularly given concerns around market concentration, foreign capital involvement, and governance over. Why this is more than just another media deal. Warner Brothers. Discovery controls one of the deepest and most culturally significant content libraries in the world, spanning iconic franchises such as Game of Thrones, the DC Universe, Harry Potter, and decades of film and television history. In many ways, WBD represents one of the last major, full-scale media libraries that is not already firmly embedded within a single dominant streaming platform. That makes it uniquely valuable at a time when ownership of content is increasingly tied to platform power, licensing leverage, and long-term strategic optionality. Looking forward, industry leaders are beginning to think about how rich intellectual property libraries may shape future entertainment models, from global franchise expansion to new forms of personalization and technology-enabled storytelling. While AI-driven use cases remain largely theoretical at this stage, control over high-quality, rights-cleared content is widely viewed as a strategic advantage in whatever comes next. 2 visions for the future. Netflix's strategy is centered on scale. By integrating Warner Brothers, Discovery's studios and franchises, Netflix would further solidify its position as the world's largest entertainment platform. Expanding monetization through subscriptions, Paramount Skydance's vision is different. It seeks to build a hybrid media powerhouse that combines traditional studio assets with financial flexibility and full ownership control, positioning itself as a counterweight to streaming-first giants rather than an extension of them. Regulators are expected to examine both paths closely. A Netflix-led consolidation raises questions about market dominance, while a Paramount Skydance acquisition brings its own considerations around financing structure, governance, and the last media Mohican. Warner Brothers Discovery stands at a crossroads. It is one of the last remaining repositories of large-scale cultural intellectual property that is not fully absorbed by an existing streaming empire. Whether it ends up inside Netflix's global platform or becomes the cornerstone of a reconstituted Paramount Skydance media group, the outcome will influence not only who controls entertainment, but how content is owned, licensed, and valued in the years ahead. This is not simply buyout. It is a defining moment for the media industry and a signal of how power, culture, and technology may intersect in the next era of entertainment.